Steelers Nation, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode. On today's episode, I'm going to be talking to you guys about training camp and some of the better players and some of the players who have to improve. All right, let's get this ball rolling. First, let's get the vibe up high. I'm going to talk about some people who have really been impressive. As you guys saw in the thumbnail, the number one impressor in my eyes was Derek Harmon. He had a great 3 days of camp. Every day he made at least one big play. He had some pass deflections, some sacks, and tackles for loss. A very great week for Derek Harmon in general. And I'm very excited to see what he has in store for this remaining season. My next winner is J.J. Galbraith, who is a tight end from South Dakota University. He's an undrafted free agent. Nobody really knew who he was. But every single day he's had touchdowns from Will Howard. He's been showing out and he's been thriving under all the pressure. So, I really respect what he's been doing. And I think right now he's been the most impressive person. Just looking at what you would have expected from him and looking at the result he's put out on the field. My next winner is Patrick Quinn, who on day one he had that big pick against Aaron Rodgers, who everyone made a huge deal about. But honestly, it was just really good defense by Patrick Quinn. It wasn't even a horrible throw. It just Patrick Quinn stepped up and he got his hands on the football and he took the ball away. And he hasn't only done that, but there's been only good reports by him. And he's looking to have a bounce back year this year after a shaky season last year. Or he did make the Pro Bowl, but just because a bunch of people just sat out of it. And it should be exciting to see his bounce back year. And from what I've seen so far, it's looking like that's a real possibility. My next winner is Chuck Clark, who I have here because, not really because of his play, but it's because he did get signed by the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that in general is a win, being on an NFL roster when you previously were not. So congratulations to him and best of luck throughout his journey here in the Berg. From what I've seen so far, he made a nice play against Roman Wilson today. He batted a ball away on a slightly underthrown pass by Aaron Rodgers, but it was kind of close to a big completion, but Chuck Clark knocked that ball away, so good for him. My final winner here is one of the newer Steelers, actually. Jalen Ramsey. I got him here because today he had an absolute electrifying pick against Aaron Rodgers in the offense when he made a jumping catch. It looked like he was Michael Jordan when he hit a game winner in Game 7, I believe. It was truly just pretty incredible what Jalen Ramsey's been doing. He's been looking like the pro that the Steelers brought him in to be. And it's looking like he's going to be one of their better players this year. And now we got to move on to the losers. Just a bit of a disclaimer here. It's very early. A couple of these guys are going to be linemen. The pads are not on yet, so everything is going to be different when the pads do get on. So just keep that in mind as I go through some of these losers here. All right, now, so my first loser on the day is going to be Broderick Jones. He just had a rough first 3 days of camp. Didn't really matter who he was going up against, whether it was T.J. Watt or Alex Highsmith, which are understandable losses, including Nick Herbig, too. But Jack Sawyer, who he's a great ball player. Don't get it twisted right there. But, he's a rookie, and you've been in the league for 3 years. There's really no excuse for losing to guys like that. Because, again, if you lose to him once out of every 20, or even every 15, that's right. But, you were just consistently getting beat. We got to be a little bit better than that. But, I still got hope for Broderick Jones because he does still have a lot of potential. He was a project coming out. And we're still ways away from the NFL season starting. So, it should be good to see how he develops throughout this training camp sessions. My next loser is very surprising here, but it's Zach Frazier, the center from West Virginia. This is his second year in the league, and he's just been getting beat a lot, whether it's Derek Harmon or Dean Larry. He's just been getting beat, and not only that, but his snaps have been off too. I don't know what's happened to him, but he's really got to figure it out. This is inexcusable. I'm kind of disappointed. I was expecting him to be all pro this year, but that might just not be in the cards. But again, it's just training camp. No pads are on. And maybe when the pads get on, everything will fix itself out. But, as things stand right now, he's been disappointing to watch. Now, continuing on to the losers here. I have a trio of players here. I got Aaron Rodgers, Calvin Austin, and Roman Wilson. All three of these guys were given starting roles in the first team reps, right? Aaron Rodgers, I'm not worried about as much, but, his throws have been a little inconsistent. But that's mostly because these two guys that I'm about to talk about just haven't really been living up to the potential. Both Calvin Austin and Roman Wilson were both given starting roles. And you expected them to take that and run away with the mile. And Calvin Austin, they've been doing okay. But, just not good enough to, secure that job. Now, I wouldn't be shocked if in the coming days you hear Amari Cooper, Keenan Allen, someone coming to Pittsburgh, even if it's just a guy like Gabe Davis. So, they had chances, and it's not like they've been absolutely terrible, but they're just losers because they could have just secured these roles down for themselves. Aaron Rodgers does not fit the criteria he's at, but it's just these two receivers here that, they had these huge opportunities, and they just couldn't deliver. Final loser I have for you guys is Skylar Thompson. I have him here because he had a chance to secure a roster spot. He was the quarterback 4 going into this, but he just didn't impress at all. He probably threw the most interceptions, and I'm not totally sure, but he just wasn't looking good. Will Howard, Mason Rudolph, Aaron Rodgers, all of them look better than him, which isn't necessarily surprising, but he's just a loser because, he had a shot, and he just didn't fully deliver, which isn't necessarily his fault. He had a big uphill battle, but he didn't climb that hill. Alright, and that'll do it for this video, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and here we go, Steelers. Here we go.